Record button, and in we go. Oh my gosh. There we go. That's a bug I would love them to fix, but what are you gonna do? All is well. Let's just run this test, make sure. Yep, it works. Good. And in we go. Hey everyone, welcome back to Jaraci Cup 7, casting today the last group stage match that was played. There was one more series, but it was just drawn by timeout. This is going to be between Captain Pink as the Sawan and Cookies as the Con F. As I pause to have a sip on my drink. Oh, and I have the info.txt, I should probably open that. This is going to be, Cookies' pick. Oh, was he playing random, apparently? But it was Con F, so... It says he picks Con F, but forgets to switch from random because he's a bit simple. You're hard on yourself, man. You know, you're a good guy. Anyway, Pink picks Saban, no surprises there, and Cookie's gonna pick Kartoba alt. Wouldn't it be cool, guys, if you could drive on top of the Kartoba? I mean, I'm just saying. That's whatever. Yeah, this is a fun map. This is a map where early aggro can work, but it's a map where if it goes into the late game, because of just like, this is a very obvious lane blocker, if you will. One lane here, one lane here. There's kind of a second lane out there, though. And, you know, it's a map that I think, like, the player who's more in touch with flanking angles and stuff like that tends to win. Like, it's definitely one where you want to be out-positioning your opponent. Someone that I always like to see being played, Captain Pink going for SC first on this map. I'd say that's maybe a bit risky, but... well, no, I wouldn't. SC first is such a good build in general. Yeah, he'll be fine with this. He is also going to see it because he's got this probe, but again, what he should definitely do, this is risky, not bring this base around to the front. Of course, I've said this a million times, right? Just leave it here, you'll do better, but... I don't want to be a broken record, but this is exactly why. Obviously, it's going to get caught by these skims now. Probably it will die. Can't really see a world in which this really survives. And yeah, it would be so cool if you could drive on the Kartoba. Although, the best thing about that meme is that, like, honestly, it wouldn't even really make the map better, I don't think. Like, it'd be kind of cool, but, like, it wouldn't be, I don't think, any better for, like, the actual gameplay. Anyway, Captain Pink not teching here. He's producing an LAV, and hopefully he's going up to that LAV, or production upgrade here. He does lose the base runner, as I said, would happen. But yeah, if he gets this production upgrade, I feel actually pretty good about this. That's kind of the response that we like to see, but this is indeed going to be a rail rush. It's coming after Fleet Cap 40, or... No, that's not true. Oh, he just doesn't have any LDMs, okay. So he's got a couple more skims here than I was expecting. Rail tech is, like, later than I would get it, but this is actually pretty standard from what I understand. And, this ALM could be chunked out if he wants it, yeah. I would go for it, just because, like, if you can kill ALMs from the Sawan player, it's very annoying, and he finds a free LAV, which is really nice. Takes a bit of splash damage, but there's nothing there to trade on him yet, so he's okay with that. Big thing, though, he wants to keep producing. He's not got fleet capacity problems, he's got the resources. Oh, okay, maybe he was just waiting for an assault rail. That's actually pretty justifiable. And Captain Pink, of course, has got the support cruisers, so this is what he wants to do. He wants to move out and kind of muscle around with his carrier for a bit, but he wants to really get that production upgrade. If we check his resources here, I'm a little afraid. Yeah, see, this could be like 4 more LAVs on the field, right? You can't really... Oh, AV fab. Ooh. That's a death sentence. I think he goes AVs here. He just flat out dies. But I don't know. It could be wrong. We'll have to see what he does. But I'm worried for the good old Cookies or Captain Pink. Power 1, though, that is simply a must-have, because he needs to have power in armor and he needs to have power in range. And power 2 would not be bad either to get one in all systems. But especially Saban carriers, you'll see, it's kind of strange. They'll get chunked by these assault rails, like, really chunked. Such that Cookies doesn't really need to get heavy rails until his opponent techs power 1. And then once he does, I think he kind of needs heavy rails. Oh my gosh. If you ALM spam while I'm casting, I'm gonna lambast you. It's just not good, man. Anyway, when he gets power 1, he actually can, like, outrange these assault rails pretty significantly, so I think heavy rails are good. Of course, if you could get an artifact, that would do the same thing, but it's not really... Oh my gosh. It's not really going to happen when your opponent is, you know, rail rushing you like this. You don't usually have extraction pressure at all. The biggest thing, though, carry production upgrade. He's gotta have this. I mean, if he doesn't have... Oh no, and he's taking a very bad trade now. Really wants to commit on that assault rail. He's gonna get it, but at the cost of every single LAV on this line. If you check the units tab, no military at all. He's got 1 AAV now. But again, like, what does this do? Because there's obviously already assault rails out. This is bad. Rail armor getting teched by cookies as well. Actually, I kind of reckon he needs skimmer armor, not rail armor, but or maybe skimmer damage would be better. But if he does commit heavier into these assault rails, well, maybe I take it back, because if his opponent just keeps making AVs, the rails are definitely more valuable. And armor, of course, is quite impactful when you're fighting AVs. And he's got that tech done before the first fight breaks out, so that's good for him too. This AV surviving by a thread, but these skims could easily eat it up if they want. Second smoke could come out to try and keep him alive, yep. But it's a little bit too late. And I feel like the army is kind of stalled for cookies. I don't know, he should be continuing to build. You can see he's beginning to float here. But he does have that second PC on the way. He's getting fleet cap up, so yeah, I mean, I like what I'm seeing so far. 1 AR gonna get chunked here, but at the cost of an AV, and he also spammed this ALM to secure that kill. I don't feel like he can take any worthwhile trades from this point. I don't know what he's gonna do. I think AVs, like an AV rush into rail rushing is like, okay, it's pretty tough because you can't really build more AVs, but you can keep the ones that you've got. Use them for smoke, use them to buy time, use them to pressure. But like, teching AVs when you know your opponent is rail rushing you, like, you've got to be crazy. There's no way. I think you just die. ALM continues to be spammed here, but again, like, what that means is that he has no money for army, right? And like, that ALM is not going to win you the game. It's only assault railgun still for cookies, and who can blame him? There's no power reserves here. This Saban carrier is not going to do damage to those assault rails anytime soon. This guy's going on an adventure. That probe is still alive. He kept his probe up. But I feel like he hasn't got anything else going for him. And now we start seeing salvagers taken out on the main as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a heavy rail around this time, just to like finish it faster. But finishing it, that will be no problem. And look at the damage that these things do against the Saban carrier. It's just really not got any armor. At power 0. You've really gotta get power in that system. And now you're spamming ALMs that aren't even powered. I don't understand. I don't understand. It was right there. He's at the SC, which means healing, right? But you're not gonna outdo the DPS of these rails, right? I don't know if the SC will even outdo the DPS of enough skimmers. That might be a bit hyperbolic. It probably does. And you can see, right, he does good damage. This is why I'm saying heavy rails usually required. Oh, there's reinforcements coming. Doesn't even matter, they're not even gonna get there in time. Heavy rails usually required against Saban if they tech power or they get an artifact out, because the assault rail is gonna be in range. Once you have the power in weapons and range, but you need it in armor as well, so it's rough, buddy. Feels like just a build order loss for Pink in kind of a strange way. I don't really understand. But he's gonna go down. We move on to Touring Creator for game 2. This one gonna be Pink's pick after picking Swan again. Cookie's picks Conef, so no one's really trying to mix things up. I do wonder about picking Touring Creator into Conef, but it has changed enough that like I don't really want to say anything for sure about the matchups on this map. It's still true, right, that like the way that there's so many terrain blockers is very good for a faction that kind of relies on artillery, like Conef does. Shouldn't say artillery because it's not really kind of siege. Like Gaussian siege is more artillery, but you know, these carrier missiles. But yeah, Captain Pink feels pretty confident, it seems, to go for this one. And he's gonna go SC first again, but once more with this base runner move out, and he stopped. Oh, he kept going. I was like, yes, no. This PC's moving out again, you see, and it is Sandskimmer Fab once more, but he may go for assault ships this time. I think he's set up to go that way. Only if you build a salvager, you'll notice you actually don't get the oh, he built the second one. You know, I didn't watch his build last game, so maybe this is the same thing he did last time. Just like fast skims, but I don't know. Probe gonna get deployed here. Now my eyes are on Pink because I want to see what does he do differently this time. You can't You can't play it that same way, right? You're gonna just get killed again. You see this? Unfortunately, Pro goes down, but you do know it's gonna be some kind of an early aggro build here. Cookies could really mess with him by like getting ref mode now, but you know. But you died to this last time. What are you gonna do differently? You've got to go carry production upgrade, I think, right? And just go for LAV spam. Especially because even if this is some kind of elaborate fake, that's going to be okay for you. And then you tech rails regardless of whether it's assault chips or rails. But if he's not there, obviously you just go for an SC. He's got the money for it. He did not go for an SC first, right? So clearly he mixed things up that way. So maybe this is good for him. But he's going to tech AVs again. Okay, he goes into rails. I like that better. I still think, though, at this stage of the game, your opponent doesn't really have rails of his own. So just go carry production, I think. And then spam out the LAVs. One thing that should be said, though, of course, he can use mark target on these rails, so they aren't useless, but I don't know. This is a lot of skins by Cookies, by the way. And he is actually going to tech into AS in the end. Pretty late assault chip tech, though, but he does have 8 skins here, so maybe you can get damage, but Captain Pink did the right thing, though. This is exactly what I want to see, those treads. He backed away. You want to keep that base runner safe, right? And, I think this number of skims is not going to push onto the base against like any number of LAVs with this base runner backing it up. Not to mention when they do get there, there's the carrier, you know, so it's like they would have to just miraculously kill all of them to be able to really get damage done. And assault chip tech coming out for Cookies. And it is going to be AV tech for Captain Pink once again. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he really likes that unit. Phoenixio style has got a bromance with AVs. But, I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens. Assault chip tech is done, though, so obviously this is on the table for Cookies. But the thing is, being on one PC like this, if you go for carry production upgrade, I want you to see what I mean by this. Ooh, nice targeting jammer. Yeah, that was going to be a commit, but he has to back away now, obviously. Anyway, if you go for carry production upgrade, you can outdo one base production, or like one PC production. So you can always have the superior number of strike craft, and so your LAVs would push in this scenario, whereas normally LAVs don't push on Sandscammers don't push on LAVs. But I mean, in this case, he just has the numbers. Yeah, you would push him out. You'd get a lot of space, you'd go for SC, and then your opponent suddenly has to kind of like catch up with you. If you go for rail tech first, I think you kind of are just a little bit too slow. Like, it's not like that rail tech is going to do much against these skims. So if it is like a really, really fast rail rush, and this base runner are actually in danger here. There is a railgun out, though. Sunder is on this assault ship, but the railgun gets chunked instantly. Targeting jammer is on cooldown. Oh dear. This is kind of what I mean, though, right? Especially because look at the resources. He's got money, actually, to have a couple of LAVs here. So that production upgrade would, I think, really do some good for him. He tried to get vision with that probe, too. I like that move, but it didn't work out from here. And this railgun needs to really be behind the carrier. Uh-oh. Yeah, he's already dead. He's actually got armor 1. I kind of like that. But, yeah, he just dies too fast here. Really has got to go for that carry production upgrade. And meanwhile, Cookies can kind of do whatever he likes. He's got all the pressure here, so I think a good move is to go ref mode and back away. He is on fleet cap, though, so like that always feels a bit awkward, because if you go for ref mode, you can't tech this. But like, I don't know, his army is not going to get wiped anytime soon here. He's also got an extraction. Hey, that's really good for him. He must have built that base runner, because he did retire in the beginning. But yeah, so I think you can go ref mode and just like back away to here. And then set up 2 base and make your opponent kind of come to you. Is he in chat, by the way? Doesn't look like it. A little bit of a dive coming out here. They are going to run onto the railgun. Going to get the second one, too. Okay, that's promising. There's a lot of LAVs, though, so these skims do go down, but if the assault ships get onto the base, I think it'll be... that's what he's looking for. And sure enough, they are in range. There could be a bit of a carrier block, so Captain Pink wants to cue his carrier to move this way. Get a carrier block on these assault ships. Yeah, he's got it. DPS is being reduced, but they're still getting salvage or kills, one of them going down. This railgun really in a tough spot as well. refiner mode follow-up to this would be killer. Railgun follow-up to this would be killer as well. Yes! That's the much more, like, aggressive way to play this this scenario, so I really like to see it. Because, you know, I'm all about that aggression. I don't actually know if this worked, though, because actually Captain Pink had a very nice carrier block there. He lost another 2 rail... Oh, no. If these guys get a powerful hit, this is going to be bad, but the base spinner sees them, they're going to back away. This guy's not at home, though, so we're not going to have, like, a targeting jammer drop. But the LAVs are here to ward them off. I think they're probably going to be unable to find the damage they want. So yeah, Captain Pink definitely, he lost his army too. He's not rebuilding it right now, which is terrible. He really needs to be building army, because your opponent's not just going to leave, right? Oh no. Oh no, why isn't he building army? Why isn't he building... He's not building any army? Okay, now he's queuing something up. Ugh. It's a salvager! Ah! Are you crazy? I don't know... like, yeah, Cookie's had his army get killed too, but he didn't lose any salvagers, so he'll probably build back faster than you even. Let alone if you don't even respond at all, but the BDs are in. Ah! Ah! okay, maybe they get stopped though, because... Okay, he's gonna target fire in the LEVs though. Oh no, but he doesn't want to move toward them. Oh no, oh no! Oh no! He could have just come straight in and hit this eco, man. That would have been deadly. He gets the base burner though. And again, that base burner could be really, really valuable, but only if it's here with the army, so a bit of a waste, I'd say. Rail tech is done. I'd want to see heavy rails here, not assaults, because you've already got, obviously, the assault chips. Heavy rails and assault chips are a very, very potent combo. They're expensive, but they're a very potent combo. It's really hard to counter that force. Mixing assault rails in would not be bad, of course, but, like, they're really powerful. Indeed, he is going to build assault rails here, as you can see. He's got 2 PC as well. 2 PC might not be the best here, though, because with this level of tech, you actually don't really need numbers, you need counters, and it's expensive, like I said, so I'm not sure he can build it off of 1 base out of 2 PCs like that, but this is kind of insurance that if LEVs get out of control, he can still match the production with skins. He's going to catch this ALM for free, though. Power not allocated in that system either for Captain Pink. He'll probably catch this one as well. AVs want to stop him, and AVs can fight assault chips, but they can't really fight assault rails, can they? They can with bad unit control from the assault rail player, but it doesn't seem very likely. Production upgrade finally coming out now for Captain Pink, but it may just be too late. And these salvagers are in danger as well. They really need to back away, but it's too late. They're going to get chunked, so down goes 2 more. I mean, trying to get up onto 2 base is pretty risky, I'd say. Right? I mean, oh no, what are you popping this down for? I don't... I think, okay, so new Sub-1 players do this all the time, right? Try playing Coalition for like a bunch of games to just get yourself out of the habit of dropping ALMs on people, because you literally can't, right? They're not military units. And then that, I think, will get people to stop, like, ALM spamming if they play a bit of Coalition and just get used to, you know, you literally cannot do this. It doesn't work. That'd probably be what I would recommend for these people. So one carrier probably wants to come back home as well, because if you see the threat here... Remember, I actually lost a group stage game to Cookies, and that's basically what happened, is I didn't conglomerate back to, like, 1 base. I was like, oh, no, I'll be fine, I can hold this, you know, and then I was, like, dead. You know, it'll happen, right? So, I think he really probably just wants to go back to this 1 base. Star all. You mean ALM, yeah? The thing about ALM spam is it's only good if it's actually more value than the 250 CUs, right? And in that case, I think almost never. ALMs are pretty good at disrupting things, but you only need like 1 or 2, right? If you're ALM spamming, you're almost always making a mistake. By the way, you can't push this. I don't know what he's trying to get done here. He really needs to back away, get onto that base. Now he's got the rails, so now he should be okay. And this is why I was saying I actually like the heavy rails here better, because you kind of make like a bit of an uncounterable army, right? Like if you've got LAV, I've got the assault chips. If you've got AV, I've got the railguns. If you have railguns, I have calibration upgrades that I can get. So I kind of like heavy railguns here better, but to each their own, eh? We do have heavy vehicles armor upgrades coming out for Captain Pink, which Cookies does not have, obviously, on his railgun, so it's true that Captain Pink can take better railgun engages. And he's actually on 2 base right now as well, because Cookies is a little bit unable to punish here. This is one of these situations where if he comes in here, you force the rails to respond, then these guys pop out of this cliff here, you'll actually, I think, just win the game, but... He is making heavy railguns now, though. This is a bit of an awkward queuing here, but it's because of the fleet cap bug. He should probably cancel this one and just make another heavy, because I think that's what he really needs. That and range calibration would probably win him the game here. Oh. 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 Oh, this is bad. Oh, and he's not reacting at all. He really needs to pull these guys back. These rails are gonna get chunked. And these salt rails now, they're literally right-clicking on the carrier. Oh. What? Dude. I didn't even notice. Well played, Cookies. You stuck it under my nose, too. Yeah, he's got 2 base runners. I didn't even notice that he was extracting here. That makes so much more sense now. Because Cookies is saying, yeah, okay, you can get up on a 2 base, you can have more eco than me, but I'm just gonna win. You have to actually push on me. I didn't even notice. R.I.P., man. Nicely done. Okay, well that's gonna be the series, or yeah, the group stage series 2-0 for Cookies. Nicely done.